Good morning. Sorry, I'm a mess and still in the jammies. I've been sick, so I haven't really felt like getting dressed. But anyway, so today's video, I want to talk about confrontation. So basically, so Alice, not real name, is having issues with her mother. We're going to call her mother Amanda. Again, not real name. So, basically, Alice and her mother have had a very close relationship throughout her life. So, and when it comes to confronting her mother, she has a hard time telling her mother how she feels. So basically, for instance, like, so growing up, Alice's mother did everything for her until a certain age. You know, she started becoming independent and doing things for herself. Well, now that Alice is an adult, her mother is always constantly on her about, what she wears, her weight, what she's eating, how she's eating it. There's just a lot of issues that Alice has with her mother, but instead of confronting her mother and saying things to her mother about them, Alice shuts down and says nothing to her mother about how she feels, because in a way, Alice is hurting. It causes and inflicts a lot of pain on her, but she doesn't want to hurt her mother, so Alice says nothing. But in a way, I can kind of see why Alice does it. She doesn't want to say anything to her mother. Is in her 70s. Her mother is set in her ways. So sometimes, like when people get older, they either get wiser or sometimes they can become bitter. So they can get, kind of bitter in their old age. And the problem with that is that once that happens, they stay like that and they don't change. Well, so Alice went to her mother's house and spent the weekend with her mother. Everything was going great until all of a sudden her mother was, took her grocery shopping, got everything that she needed for the weekend. Her mother was complaining about what she brought, how much stuff she brought with her, complaining about the food that she brought. Her mother wanted her to eat the food that she had there. So basically, pretty much no communication whatsoever on that. So Alice didn't know. So basically, communication, putting her down, making her self-esteem more or less than what she had. And Alice was just about a big, huge mess when she went to her mother's house. So the whole time she stayed there, Alice basically didn't do anything with her mother. She mostly stuck by herself. She was either watching movies or basically didn't do anything with her mom, because the whole point of Alice was for Alice to get away from her troubles, her issues, and go to her mother's house to get away from things. But then instead of getting away from problems, problems were created. So basically, and then talking to her mom, Alice has always had a hard time talking to her mother. Her mother always makes it hard to communicate. I'm sorry, hold on. I need something real quick. But anyway, Alice needs to figure out what she's gonna do with her mother, because she wants to communicate with her mother in ways that she can explain things without hurting her mother's feelings, but she hasn't quite gotten to that point yet. And so basically Alice feels like she doesn't have a great connection with her mother, and that she feels that she feels like she's betraying her mother if she doesn't say anything about how she's feeling. But she's just basically being playing tug of war with herself. And so basically I understand, because I am basically in the same situation with my mother, having the same exact issues as Alice, and so I really can't give too much information on how to deal with that until I figure it out for myself on how to deal with my mother. Because I've had the same situations when I went home to visit my family. She gave me issues about going shopping. She gave me issues about what I was eating, when I was eating it, and all that. And so it was basically a lousy weekend that I spent at home. And then the last night there, to me, I felt like she acted like nothing happened. I mean, she may try to make things better because, it wasn't a great weekend, but I just feel like I could have made a better effort too. I don't think I did much to fix the problem either, so I think that's basically bad on my part. So I think what I'm going to do is try to figure out ways to fix that. On my way back home, my father was asking me if I was going to go to their place for Thanksgiving, since he couldn't get us our Thanksgiving stuff this year. And I said maybe, I don't know, I'll think about it. But to tell you the truth, I don't want to go back, because I feel like if she's having issues with me eating regular food, what about the holidays? There's a lot of food, in the holidays. Is she going to complain about me eating food, the holiday food too? Like, I'm very self-conscious about my weight. I'm very self-conscious about what is happening with me. I'm self-conscious about my weight. I'm self-conscious about what I'm eating. I'm very just, my, my self-esteem isn't really that great right now. And I'm trying to figure out ways to help myself. That is the reason why I created the healthy lifestyle videos. Because, I want to be able to better myself and to do things. Yes, I'm at a rocky start right now where I haven't really done much. And I'm not going to lie, I haven't done much to help myself. And I think that's one of the things that bothers me is because I really haven't done much right now to help myself. And I think it has to do with me being in a deep depression because instead of my mother helping me and encouraging me, my mother's always been negative towards me and not, wow, you lost 5 pounds, that's great. Oh, you only lost 5 pounds? That's not much, Or, oh, you only lost a pound. Well, you need to lose a little bit more, There's no positive, nothing positive in there. So, sometimes I feel like, what's the point? Why should I talk to her about my feelings? Because I feel like she doesn't really care about my feelings. That's why I won't talk to her about my feelings. Or about how I feel. Because half of the time I say what I feel and she doesn't believe what I feel. So, what's the point? I'm sorry, I am blabbering. But anyway, the point is that confrontation for me is hard, and I think confrontation is very hard for everybody, not just me, but everyone I've known, everyone I've actually talked to has always had, I can give you advice about how to deal with things, but when it comes to myself on how to deal with things, I have no clue, so I think this video, I want to continue with these videos to figure out ways to deal with confrontation. So I'm going to add that to one of the videos that I want to start doing too. I got so many videos that I want to do that I'm starting to stockpile up. So we'll add it to our new pile. We have an old pile and a new pile. So eventually we'll figure something out anyway. But I know I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Like I said, I haven't been feeling good, so I think my brain's in a little bit of a fog. So I apologize in advance for everything that but I wanted to get this video out there to let people know that not everyone knows how to deal with confrontation. I know I don't. Not just with my mom, but with other people. Like, I've had staff people here that I've used to work with that confronting them and then them twisting things around, putting words in my mouth, just, I've had a lot of, not just with my mom, but with other people as well. Sometimes, I'll have a confrontation with my husband, and sometimes, we'll agree or not agree on something, but I don't confront him. I just let him be, because I know that with my husband, I'll never get anywhere with it, so I just let it be. But I mean, it is one thing that I do want to work on, and I plan on working on. So like I said, I may turn this into one of my videos that I want to work on, actually. So, but anyway, I'm gonna have to leave you guys here for now, because I gotta eat something. Like I said before, I'm diabetic, and I'm gonna have low blood sugars here if I don't eat something. So, and I apologize for the video. I know it's mostly rambles. But any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll see you next one. Bye.